the Bangladeshi paces were really impressive, and I think the way they bowled, they would have challenged almost every side in the world. I mean, Nahid Rana, I hadn't seen him bowl before, but he held his pace almost every. Yeah, really looking forward to the challenge, and like I say, it's been so nice to be back. Well, it used to be Chittagong, obviously, now it's Chittagram, so someone needs to tell me why the name's changed, but yeah, look, great to be back, and yeah, haven't played T20s in Bangladesh before, but always enjoyed coming here and competing against a very good quality team, especially in their conditions. So the chance to play some T20 cricket, along with quite a few new players in the Black Cap side, is something that's really special and very different to the first time I came here. Yeah, the thumbs, mate, unbelievable. Like, I had surgery probably 4.5, 5 weeks ago, and when I saw the X-ray initially, I thought it would be a really long recovery, but no, it's been really fortunate, and the surgeon did a great job, so yeah, back ready to go.
Niacinamide ও স্যালিসাইলিক সমৃদ্ধ লিলি ফেস ওয়াশ যা ফেসের ডেড স্কিন সেল দূর করে দেয় দ্বিগুণ ফাস্টার ব্রাইটেনিং।
Yeah, look, I think the Bangladeshi paces were really impressive, and I think the way they bowled, they would have challenged almost every side in the world. I mean, Nahid Rana, I hadn't seen him bowl before, but he held his pace almost every ball that he bowled across 10 overs, and I don't think I've seen a lot of international bowlers be able to do that in Asian conditions before. So yeah, looked really challenging, and I think to come away with a really good win and a couple of good individual performances from our batters is something that's quite positive. But obviously looking forward to this T20 series. Obviously like I say, I think the way that Mustafizur and Nahid Rana bowled in the last series, them not being there, definitely poses slightly different challenges. But also there's a lot of unknown. Sometimes when you see players a few times, then you can build plans against different bowlers. But now it's a completely new side, and that'll present new challenges. But anytime you've got someone that's world class like the Fizz, and then obviously Nahid Rana, the way he's bowling at the moment, definitely leaves a hole in your side. Yeah, definitely. I think it's like international sport's so great. Like when I first came to Bangladesh in 2013, the Black Cap side was completely different, and coming here now with some new faces, some young guys, some guys that have played a lot of domestic cricket but not so much international. And obviously Bangladesh being a completely different side. I remember the first Bangladesh team that I came and played against here. I don't think there'll be anyone in the team in the Bangladesh side that was there in 2013. So yeah, look, it's going to be a good challenge. Some inexperience with the players internationally, but that's the beauty of sport. There's a cycle that always changes, and I think we're really looking forward to the challenge. And Bangladesh always is going to be challenging in their conditions. They know how to bowl here, they know how to bat. So yeah, it's going to pose a good challenge, but I think with the amount of cricket we've played in Asia now, even the young guys, hopefully we've got the skills to be able to sustain it. Yeah, look, that's very tough, because we don't often get to see a lot of the Bangladeshi domestic teams when we're over in New Zealand. So some of the names are a bit new. Obviously some experienced guys like Litton's there, and I'm pretty sure like Ridoy, a few players that have played quite a lot. So it's going to be a bit of a mix, but you just have to try to be really adaptive as a spin bowler. A lot of the batters can pose different threats on different days, so T20 cricket's like that. You just have to look within and hopefully come out on top. Yeah, look, he's been really good. I think the fact that he was able to go to Australia and bowl so well in the Big Bash. Shows that he's a really versatile spin bowler. Sometimes when you see, Asian leg spinners, they can often be quite low and skiddy and, flat and that sort of thing. But he's quite traditional. He gets up and over the ball and gets a lot of bounce. It's probably a type of bowler that you haven't seen from this part of the world for a really long time. So I think he's such an exciting prospect, and puts a lot of revs on the ball. And yeah, I sometimes message him every now and then on Instagram and that sort of thing. So it's quite cool to have that connection over here. And yeah, so I think I was talking to Lockie Ferguson actually when we were in transition and coming over here. He was going to the IPL, so we were on the same flight, and something came out in the news that there was about 40 or 50 New Zealand cricketers playing somewhere in the world at this time. Our domestic season, our home summer was over probably a month or so ago. So the fact that we've got so many cricketers playing around the world, I think, is brilliant for us as a cricketing board. the fact that we're still able to play international cricket during that IPL window and try to, you know, give guys opportunities that perhaps have. Yeah, again, I've been really fortunate to have so many great experiences over the years. But yeah, I've never struggled with motivation when it comes to playing for New Zealand, and I think because my career has been, you know, I started as a Test cricketer, then I went to T20, then I went back to Test cricket, went to T20. I feel like, you know, there's always been something that keeps me, you know, challenges me and keeps me focused, which is really good. And you know, sometimes I think I have been around for a really long time and had those experiences, but, you know, I'm only 33 years old, so it's not like I'm 38 or something like that, you know, and sort of starting to think, oh man, what's going on here? But yeah, the motivation's still really good there, and it's nice and strong, and, you know, it's really nice now to also be able to have that experience and pass it on to the young spinners that are coming through, and, you know, try to make a bit of an impact there. But you're always pretty motivated to play for New Zealand, and especially when you get to come overseas and, you know, experience some new cultures and completely different environments. It's really exciting.